We're taking the mighty Shinkansen, Japan's world-famous bullet train. Capable of speeds upwards of 300 kilometers an hour, this is the ultimate way to travel in Japan. We've taken a number of different transportation options on our trip here, but this is our first time taking the Shinkansen, and we couldn't think of a better route than from Kyoto to Tokyo. Because if we're lucky, we might just get a glimpse of Mount Fuji. But I'm getting ahead of myself. If you watched our last video, you'll know that we just spent a few amazing days exploring Osaka, which might be our favorite city of this whole trip to Japan. We knew that close by was one of the most popular locations in the whole country, Kyoto. And we'd been having such luck with the weather, so we decided to see if we could spend a couple of nights in Kyoto and see what all the fuss is about. So we boarded the Hankyu line from Osaka Umeda Station, bound for Kyoto. There's a bunch of different options depending on what time you need to grab the train. But we took the Limited Express, which takes about 45 minutes and only cost us 400 yen each. The seats are first come first serve, so if you want one on a busy day, make sure you arrive early. We arrived in Kyoto and got checked into our hotel, freshened up, and head out to grab a little bite to eat. We wandered through Pontocho, one of Kyoto's oldest entertainment districts. It's this vibey, narrow little alley running along the Kamigawa River. At night, it comes alive with lantern-lit tea houses, small bars, and restaurants where you might even spot a geisha hurrying to an appointment.
I'm geeking out a little bit. We just saw our first geisha.
This place is super popular, and lots of places were fully reserved, so we found ourselves at an underground gyoza restaurant, which felt just our speed. After dinner, we were pretty tired, and it was getting late, so we called it a night. But the next morning, we woke up to this. This was basically our entire day here. Our luck with the weather had finally run out. We hoped it would clear up and we could go see the iconic sights Kyoto is famous for. But hey, it just wasn't in the cards for us. The next day we had to check out of our hotel, and we tried to make up for lost time by heading to check out a few places.
Alright, so we're at Nishiki Market, which is obviously a very popular place to go. We can't do all the things we wanted to do. We had one full day, the rain thwarted us, but we were hungry, so we figured why not knock out two of the most popular things before we head to the train station to catch our train to Tokyo. I'm definitely looking for some food, so as soon as we can find something delicious, we should stop and grab that and enjoy it in front of the shop, as per the rules of Nishiki Market. Arigatou gozaimasu. Easiest transaction ever. That's amazing. It's very crispy on the outside, like very nice, like kind of flaky panko batter, and then almost like mashed potatoes on the inside with a nice beef and pork flavor.
It's white bread with cream and fruit.
This place was packed. We squeezed our way through the crowded halls, just trying to do our best, but we just needed to get out of here. Next, we popped over to Gion. Gion is Kyoto's most famous geisha district, known for its preserved wooden houses and traditional tea houses. Based on our experience at Nishiki, we thought this place would be way crazier than it was, but it wasn't so bad. Still busy though. We hear this is one of those places you just have to get here really early to get those good shots you see online. We only had a little bit of time before we had to head to the train station to catch our bullet train, and we have heard that the Shinkansen waits for no one. We wish we had more time in Kyoto. It's really hard to rate a place you only spend a couple of hours in. There are so many people, and we can see why the locals are getting tourist fatigue. I mean, come on, don't put your feet on the bus. It's this kind of stuff that gets us all a bad rap.
Now it's time to leave Kyoto, make our way to Kyoto Station, and then hop on our first Shinkansen of our trip in Japan.
To catch the Shinkansen in Kyoto, you've got to head to Kyoto Station. This is like the main hub for all transportation in the city. There's a number of ways you can buy tickets for the bullet train. You can use one of these little machines, you can make your way to the ticket office, or you can just book online. We booked using Klook. It's really straightforward, costs the same as booking in person, and you can even board with a QR code, so there's no need to wait in line. You can book your trip or any other experience by scanning this QR code or going to the link in the description. We wanted to reserve our seats to sit on the left side for the best potential views of Mount Fuji, and we sat in the ordinary car, not the green car, so our tickets were only $101.25. We've only got about 30 minutes or so before we need to board our train, but we are starving. So lucky for us, there's a familiar favorite right next to where we need to be.
Timer's ticking down. We have basically 25 minutes before our train leaves. Hopefully this is the embodiment of fast food. And I honestly can't remember the last time we had McDonald's. Ashley got a Big Mac, and I got the Samurai Mac. And we'll just compare the two of them. It's nice to have, a classic as your control experiment, and then to try the local staple. Here we go. All right, what makes a Samurai Mac Samurai Mac? Teriyaki sauce and onions. Looks very simple. Very salty. Should have gotten a Big Mac. We did it. Record speed McDonald's run. Now we have to go find 11 and 12, which is right here. We're good. Up these elevator stairs. We got this train and then one more train before ours gets here. So we're gonna make our way to at least the area where we should board This would be pretty cool. Here's a Shinkansen. We're looking at our first Shinkansen. They look so cool. They're like little snooty-nosed little trains. That's the guy who's putting his feet all over the bus. I bet he's gonna put his feet all over the Shinkansen too.
Okay, that's one train down. We're up next. We found our seats pretty easily, and we were able to store our luggage in the overhead compartment. This train left on the nose, not a second to spare. You've got a hook to hang your bags, a foldable tray table like on an airplane, and a window shade to set the mood.
We're going so fast that you can't see it on my speedometer app because it's not on 278 kilometers an hour. We just left the station. That's cool.
The Shinkansen even has free Wi-Fi, which is very nice. They've got information in English, it looks like Korean, and actually a bunch of different language. I see Thai and charging ports, so that's really, really nice. There's 3 different levels of seating. There's non-reserved, which basically just means you get a standing area, and if there are seats available, then you can take them. That's a little bit cheaper, but for 1,000 yen per person more, we opted for the reserve seats. So it's not quite as fancy as the green class, which is essentially first class, but it was considerably more affordable. Maybe we'll do the green car one day. If you want to see us do that, let us know. But yeah, this is very comfortable. It is very quiet, as one would expect in Japan. But we're just going to hang out for the next 2 hours, watch the countryside. Pro tip, if you sit on the left-hand side going from Kyoto to Tokyo, there is a chance that you might see Mount Fuji on a clear day, which it's not clear, but I'm feeling pretty confident that we have a good chance to see it, so we'll see. I really hope so.
You never know with mountains. They can be shy.
They definitely can. We worked in Denali National Park, and there's only a 33% chance that you'll see it. And so we were very, very lucky in that we got to see it quite often.
Now it's time to check out the bathrooms. Outside of the bathrooms themselves, you've got a sink area to wash up or check your fit. There's a men's restroom with a urinal and a sink. And then a second men and women's restroom with a proper toilet, sink, all these fancy buttons for your bidet, and a changing table. Now that I've done the dirty work, it's time to relax and enjoy the reclining seats.
These views are absolutely beautiful, but what's even more insane is that we went from here to here in just under an hour. We are just ripping through the Japanese countryside, and I'm still so taken aback by how efficient and smooth this train ride is. It's really, really, really impressive.
Our car was practically empty, so I took advantage of an open seat so I could get a window view of the countryside zipping by. I sat there just looking out the window at the scenery when all of a sudden, there she was, Fuji-san, in all her glory. I called up to Ashley to see if she'd seen it too. It was the perfect time of day. We got to spend the last hours of daylight on our way to Tokyo with Mount Fuji in the sunset. Before we knew it, we were making our way into Tokyo. Welcome to Tokyo.
That was super cool. Totally worth whatever we paid for it. I can't remember how much the tickets were, but it was worth it.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
It was.
That was like the most Fuji could be.
Yeah. I saw the emoji in real life. All right, let's find our hotel.
Okay, we're staying in what I believe is the tiniest hotel of our whole trip so far, unless you count those cubes that we stayed in Fukuoka. We're staying in the Asakusa area. I think we're really close to a metro, but we're gonna go ahead and figure it out right now. It is 41 minutes worth of transit to get to where we need to go.
All right, so it sounds like we have about a 9-minute walk until the next station, and then a little bit of a ride, but that's okay. I was getting really tired to the point where I fell asleep, but now I'm completely rejuvenated and very excited to see Tokyo.
We're taking something called the Joban line. I'm not sure if it's a train or a metro. Looks like a train. The Joban line looks like you can only enter a physical Suica card. You can't use your mobile Suica card. But some information we found online leads us to believe that we can just tap off when we get off the train. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work. So we're going to get on the train. We have cash. We'll pay for the tickets either way. We're definitely not going to ride for free. And yeah, we'll let you know how it goes. Always experimenting. Yeah, that was super easy. I'm honestly not 100% sure what happened. When we got off the train and to the station, we went to the IC tap-in, tap-out machine, tapped our Suica cards, and we got the infamous red light. So we went to the little fare adjustment ticket booth area, and we explained to the woman what happened. And she was like, do you have your Shinkansen ticket? And I was like, yeah. And she just let me go. So I'm not 100% sure what the deal is, but it leads me to believe that maybe we get free train transfer if we have Shinkansen tickets. That feels too good to be true. New record set. This is the largest city by population in the world. It is also the largest city we have ever been to. 37 million people.
We made the walk to our hostel. This was one of the only places we could find with availability during our time here, so make sure you book in advance when coming to Tokyo. We checked into our tiny little room and got ready to go find some food.
Welcome to our home for 5 nights.
We're staying in the Asakusa area, which has a pretty awesome vibe for nightlife. We wandered around a bit and checked out the offerings until we stumbled upon this Welcome to Tokyo cultural performance. Luckily, there was a beer cart outside, so we grabbed a drink and watched the show.
Asakusa's dope.
It's pretty cool. We just came across this Welcome to Japan performance, and it's so fun. And there's birds and beers, and I'm happy.
Yeah, and our beers have latte art. One's like a clown, and one's like a little bald man.
We couldn't have asked for a better experience on the Shinkansen. Buying tickets was a piece of cake, and the cherry was seeing Mount Fuji at golden hour through the window. We've got a lot planned in Tokyo over the next few days, and we'd love it if you subscribe to follow along on our adventures. If you like this video, give it a hype or a thumbs up to tell the YouTube gods we're doing something right, and we'll see you next time in Tokyo. Bye.